Hey everybody, this is Jeff Jansen. How's everybody doing today? Today is October 20th, 2019. It is around 6:53 right now, so 18:53 for all you military buffs. Hope everybody is having a great day. Make sure you're saying hi, saying what's going on. It's kind of funny, I was kind of paying attention to the sweatshirt I put on tonight. And would you believe since I graduated, I'm very proud of my school spirit, my school colors. When I went to Quincy Senior High School, you know, I'm home with the Blue Devils. Most of my family all went to Notre Dame. Can you believe that I actually never owned any shirts that said Quincy High on them before until now? I had a couple of Notre Dame shirts that family members got me, but I never went to Notre Dame, so I never wore them. But I've always been proud. I mean, I had my wrestling jersey, I had all my sports jerseys when I was in track and field wrestling, even cross country for a while, and all the different things, but I never had that on. It was just kind of interesting, kind of one of those wondering thoughts there, I guess I wanted to bring up there. So, it is Sunday. I hope you guys are all getting ready for the week, because the week is what starts your life. The week is where you go to basically make money. The week is where you go to do great things. The week is where you go to make people's lives better. The week is where you're going to go to your job, your career, your profession, your sales, your, whatever it is you're doing, okay? And that's also the beginning of the week to remember who all the heroes are out there, from the nurses that are heroes, the school teachers that are heroes, to the police officers that are heroes, the firefighters, the truck drivers, the factory workers, the everyday mom and dad that are at home with their kids and they're trying to make a life for themselves. Okay? Sometimes people spend more time trying to earn a living than living their lives. And what I always try to convince people to do is to think outside the box. And on Sundays are the best time to do it. Now, I had another person ask me if I would start reading a few kids' books on social media, because they basically, I asked them, why can't you read to your kids? I think one of the best things you can do for your kids is read to them, okay? And so that's what's going to be tonight's conversation on creativity, imagination, and what you need to do to better yourself. But it has to start at the child's level. When we were in the Marine Corps, and I say we because I do know there are several of my Marine Corps brothers on here, whether they served with me and directly with me, whether they're veterans before me, or whether they're active right now. One of the things that in the Marine Corps, it's funny because we always get told, we're crane eaters, we're jarheads, we're all this other stuff. But did you know in the Marine Corps, we actually have Marine Corps University, we have MCIs, we have the Marine Corps Institute. General Krulak started, and I think it even started before him, years before, that in the Marine Corps, we are required to read. We actually have a reading requirement. Yes, those guys that don't know how to do anything except count beans, bullets, and buddies have a reading curriculum. I can't even say that right now. I'm making myself look great, right? But anyway, we were taught how to read, how to write. We are taught math. We have to learn foreign languages. We have to learn customs, cultures, religion. If you think about it, being a Marine while in the Marine Corps, while serving on active duty, is 24-hour college. You get your social studies, you get your economics, okay, you get all your math classes, you get your culture, you get everything that you need to adapt to life and adapt to society. So one of the things that I try to tell everybody to do is read every day. Read at least 11 pages of a book every day. Now, I started this way before I was ever in what I do. And that's because in the Marine Corps, we actually had to read. Now, granted, some of the reading material was actually pretty difficult. And some of my friends, they would come to me saying, hey, Sergeant Jansen, can you come and help? I can definitely come and help you. Or when I was a Lance Corporal or a Corporal, I always had them asking me to help them with their MCIs. If you're a Marine on here, give me a thumbs up if you know how we help with MCIs. If you know what the MCI is, and you're in the Marine Corps, we're in the Marine Corps, give me a thumbs up on here right now. Because then I'll know when I say they came for my help, yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So, getting back to this reading curriculum, okay? Now, one of the things I've been doing at about 5 o'clock every morning is I have been reading the books that I'm reading. Meaning the books that I'm helping will educate me, that will help push me forward, that will help me out. Now, sometimes I read books more than once, more than twice. Building an Empire by Brian Carruthers, everybody keeps asking me why. It's because he took books from all around and added them to one big book. And so I read his book quite a bit. But right now I'm reading, and you guys can all listen to me read or go back. And somebody asked me if I'd start posting them on there, and I will. But the whole idea of reading a book and reading to your kids, okay, even if you don't have kids, the whole point of reading is so that you can use your own imagination, your own creativity. All right, when Hollywood does things like Netflix or Amazon Prime videos or your cable companies, NBC, ABC, and they do books and stuff like Gulliver's Travels, or they do all these, you know, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe from Disney, or they do all these, they do a great job at it, don't get me wrong, and they look great. But as kids, when we're reading these books, we are creating our own universe. We are creating our own worlds. And as we get older, that creativity goes into our everyday life to where we actually learn to solve problems in different ways that other people have not thought of. So when we read to our kids, you can't just look at it as in you're helping them learn and broaden their imagination. You have to look at it as in this is going to help propel them in the future to make better choices, better decisions. You know, maybe their math, they're able to learn math and reading and writing better because you read to them and they were able to create what helps them in their head through their own education, through their own learning ability. And that's what I try to get out there to everybody. Every day you need to read to your kids. You know what? Little kids are some of the greatest to read to, because I remember when I was a kid, and I don't even know who was reading them. I still remember the book. They're reading Winnie the Pooh to me, okay? When I was a little kid. No, not last year. I know some of y'all are trying to think that right now, but no. Anyway, but when I watched Winnie the Pooh from the movies and everything, was not what I created in my head. In fact, I was disappointed because what I created in my head, I thought was better. And so when I went and watched Winnie the Pooh, you know, Winnie the Pooh's great, but if you ever notice, Winnie the Pooh's a little bit slower. Now, why am I mentioning Winnie the Pooh? Because when I was small, and one of my mom and dad's friends read me this book to put me to sleep, you know, I remember having the most vivid imagination of a whole different world that I, to this day, have never seen. So when I started reading a lot of the different novels and a lot of the different fantasy books that I read and a lot of the different sci-fi, or, you know, when I'm reading documentaries and everything else, I'm able to put together what I think something looks like, what I think something is, you know, and not everything's always described perfectly. But I tell you what, when we're able to do it ourselves and it's not actually existing, we can bring that creation to life. And I know a lot of you guys, I probably already lost you, and I apologize. All I can tell you is this. Read 11 good pages of a book every day. You want to get that raise at work? Start reading books. You want to get a promotion at work? Start reading books. You want to bring your PTSD down? Start reading books. You want to get your anxiety levels under control? Start reading books, okay? Don't get me wrong, books on tape are great. Books on tape are great. But a paperback book or a hardback book, opening it up, and you got the ink and you got the pages, puts you in control of what is in that book. And you can put yourself there. So every day I try to teach you, put yourself in the book. You do what you can to read the book, 11 good pages. If you don't like the book, still finish it anyway. And you want to know something? Try to read the book War and Peace. I guarantee you're going to love every other book you read, because if you try to read War and Peace and half of it is in a whole nother language, it's going to confuse you, okay? How about A Tale of Two Cities? You know, how about some of these books that, you know, Lord of the Rings? You want to get a different viewpoint or see Lord of the Rings in a better view? Read the book. Because here's just it. Our imaginations are more powerful than anything on screen. And I say this to anybody that's trying to get better in their life, trying to think outside the box, trying to do more with their life. The more you can do outside of your box, the more you can get outside your comfort zone. Reading may be just that. The more you're going to be able to take on the world, the more you're going to be able to do, the more you're going to want to do. I ride roller coasters today because of books, believe it or not. Okay, I joined the Marine Corps because of books. I know that sounds weird, but a knight in shining armor, and then I get to see it on TV, and then I got to go see the real thing. You know, I have never worn a pair of dress blues except when I was in boot camp and they put this thing over my head. You know why? Because I'm an 0311. They were never issued to us. I was not going to spend $600-700 on my my dress blues, you know. And so I've never worn dress blues. I've never got married, so I didn't need to. My friends' weddings, I wore suits and ties to if I came home. I always had my alphas I could wear. But here's the kicker to it all, okay? Everything we do in life, including the Marine Corps, they have us read books. There must be a purpose for it. The reason why, the more knowledge we have in our head, the better off we are. Simple as that. Like the Quincy Herald Whig, newspapers and stuff, they write at a 5th grade level. Some of the books that you need to start reading, you need to be better than the newspaper, okay? You need to be better than the instruction manual to a TV to figure out how to use remote control. And if you just take about 10 to 15 minutes every day, read 11 good pages of a book, you can go to me. I will start posting the books I'm reading, okay? I'm giving books away. I send books to people via whether it's electronics or I send them in the mail. I still send books to people because I believe that not only if I'm helping you, I'm helping society out. If I'm bettering you and enriching your life, then that's enriching the world around me. Why? Because I got a 12-year-old daughter who one day is going to be learning from you or somebody else something in life, or something you may have done may affect her life. So to me, it's always pushing forward. So remember, read 11 good pages of a book. Start your week tomorrow great. We'll be up at 5 o'clock in the morning. I get up a little bit earlier to go run and everything. And I will start reading the books in the morning. Then I'll go to my meetings and I will have my, if people need my help, whatever else, I'll do it. And throughout the day, I'll read a little bit here and there. And then at night, I may even read a kid's book just so I can show you all that, this is what we need to be showing our children. I'm not talking about politics. I'm not going to get into all that crap. But I am going to show you that reading is the best thing. My name's Jeffrey Jansen. I hope you all have a great night. Remember, each and every one of you, every day matters. You matter. You're important. Never forget that. I'll talk to everybody later. I got to go get my bananas. Have a good one, everybody.